Alright guys, welcome back to Son of Scotland TV. Not often you make one of these videos, they only come around like every 4 years, but it's time for a World Cup qualifying game with Scotland tonight. Massive game, need to go off to a good start at home against one of the better teams in our group. I think we need to go out, make an impact and get a result. We're taking on Austria at Hampden tonight, 7:45. And I'm basically here with your match preview, and I am going to pick my team, the team that I would personally play to take on Austria. Before I pick my team, though, we'll have a quick look here at the news. I believe a couple of players have pulled out since the initial squad was announced. Scotland have, oh well, maybe I'm talking shit. Scotland have had no further withdrawals to their squad before Thursday's opening World Cup qualifier against Austria at Hampden. Midfielder Ryan Jack was named in the original squad but pulled out with the calf injury, having missed Rangers' past 6 matches, so he's obviously the guy I'm talking about. Strikers Shea Adams and Kevin Nisbet could make their senior international debuts for Steve Clarke's side. Quick note on Shea Adams. I wouldn't have picked him personally. I don't care if he plays for a Premiership side and he starts or whatever. He's just not Scottish. It is what it is. You know, the guy's English. If the guy felt he was good enough to play for England, he would be playing for England, you know. And I don't want like rejects like that. Oh well, you know, the mentality is I can't get a game for England, and I would rather play international football than no international football, so I'll just play for Scotland. No, I mean I don't mind that. I don't want that. If you've got Scottish grandparents and you actually want to play for Scotland, that's different. But that's not the case with Shea Adams. We know the guy would rather play for England. I mean, if you've got like a dual nationality, I don't mind you choosing Scotland. But I mean, if you've got the smallest, if you've got the like smallest amount of Scottish blood in you, and you're using Scotland as a last resort, in my opinion, that's wrong. I don't want you in the team. Plus, I think it's wrong on the players that have been playing beforehand, like Shankland, who played a big part in actually getting us to the Euros. He's not in the squad now because he had to make room for Shea Adams. So I don't agree with it. I don't like it. And I would be a hypocrite, I guess, if I put Shea Adams in my 11 here. So for that reason alone, I'm probably not going to use him because I wouldn't pick him. So if I wouldn't pick him, what's the point of me putting him in my team? It's just it wouldn't happen. Defenders Grant Hanley and Jack Hendry could win their first cap since 2018. To me, the fact that Grant Hanley hasn't played a game for Scotland since 2018 probably shows why we've actually improved lately. Keep him out the squad. The guy is not a good defender. He's not good at anything. Let's be real. He's not a footballer. He's a fucking cowboy. Guy shouldn't be in a Scotland shirt. Shouldn't be in any football shirt, man. Jesus Christ, he's stealing a wage. He's a thief. He's a wage stealer. Germany has removed Great Britain from a list of countries requiring a 14-day quarantine, meaning Austria's German Bundesliga players can travel to. Oh damn it! It'd be good if Austria's best players play in the Bundesliga, so that kind of sucks. France have changed the rules too, meaning France Foda has a full squad, right? Okay. So we've got no advantage there due to COVID. I guess we don't want unfair advantages anyway. That would be bullshit. Austria unbeaten in 6 games will be with captain Julian Baumgartlinger after the Bayer Leverkusen veteran suffered a serious knee injury. That sounds bad. Probably going to be it for a while. But Bayern Munich defender David Alaba, Red Bull Leipzig midfielder Marcel Sabitzer, who I think I signed in my career mode to be honest, will be available for the trip to Hampden, followed by matches in Vienna against Faroe Islands and Denmark. So interesting stuff there. Like I said, Austria do have some star players. We've just named a couple of them there. This is not going to be an easy game, but I definitely feel like it's a game that we win. I definitely feel like it's a game that we could win, and I feel like it's a game that we should be aiming to win. I mean, if we can't really, I mean, if we honestly, let's be real here with ourselves, guys. If we can't go into home games against the likes of Austria with the intent on winning, then what's the point of us even going to the Euros? You know what I mean? Because we'll just where's the mentality? Where's the fucking hope and belief and faith that we can actually get some good results against decent teams? So let's pick my team here to take on Austria. Here's all the formations available. Now, Steve Clarke does tend to go with 5 at the back, although I believe he's also played 4-3-3. Now, do I pick a formation based on what I think Steve Clarke will do, or will I pick a formation based on what I would like to see? And I'm going to pick a formation. I know we're not going to see this formation, but again, this is my pick, so we're going to pick what I would pick. and I would like to see us go with a 4-2-3-1. It is my favourite formation. If I was a manager, I'd probably pick this formation. When I play manager games or football games, I normally pick this formation. I just feel like it's. I feel like with this, you're kind of packing the midfield. Plus, I feel like it gives you a good width as well. You've got like the two wide players in that attacking midfield trio, so you can get wide. You can get the fullbacks to come up. Plus, you got the two defensive midfielders. I feel like they can drop deep, and even though people are going to say, well, if you only got two centre backs, Scotland are going to be left, vulnerable at the back. But I feel like with the two CDMs, one of them can maybe even drop into a back three, which I feel like can work. So maybe even McTominay, you know what I mean? Because Steve Clark has played McTominay at centre back, so maybe if you put McTominay in a centre defensive midfield position, perhaps when Austria get the ball, he can revert back into a centre back position, something like that. So I'm going to go with the 4-3-2-1. As for the goalkeeper, uh, you could make an argument for all three. I'd go with David Marshall because he's been playing for us the most lately, and I don't think he's done anything to suggest that he should not be picked no longer. But I mean, Craig Gordon's alright, and John McLaughlin, decent goalkeeper. So, that's what it is. But I am going to pick David Marshall over the current Hearts keeper and the former Hearts goalkeeper. If you don't like it, then sue me. But yeah, we're going with David Marshall. Right back, probably the most controversial position, I believe, in the Scotland team. It's a controversial position. In an ideal world, you would have a good right back. I think Stevie O'Donnell's actually good. But I mean, do you put Kieran Tierney at right back, even though he's better on the left? No, I think I'll put Stephen O'Donnell on it right back. I think I will. Right, there you go. Stephen O'Donnell. Centre back partnership, I'm going to put Declan Gallagher. And I'm going to put. I'll go with McKenna. I'll go with McKenna and Gallagher. Even though I feel Andy Constantine's been playing well, and when he got his chance for Scotland, he's done well. I'm just going to go with the two players that I believe overall at their best are, you know, quality wise, are probably the two best centre backs that we have. Well, obviously, I'd put Liam Cooper in there, but he's not been picked for the team, so that's a no go. On the left, we'll put Andy Robertson. So there's the back four: O'Donnell, Gallagher, McKenna, Robertson, with Marshall and nets. First CDM, I'm going to put Scott McTominay. Now, obviously, you can't really do it on this, but like I said, I would perhaps even have Scott McTominay dropping in to the middle here and playing five at the back when we lose possession of the ball. So you can't really do that here, but perhaps that's something I would tinker with and try and experiment with. So whenever we're under attack, wherever we're defending, maybe McTominay can drop in between Gallagher and McKenna. That's something I would try and maybe go for. Beside McTominay, we're going to have John McGinn, arguably the best player that Scotland have. Very good creative player, just great midfielder in general. And so I put him beside McTominay. McTominay can be obviously the more defensive minded of the two, and McGinn can try and push forward. Now for this important three here. On the right, I will probably go with. This is interesting here. Who am I going to go with? Um, on the right, I'm going to go with Ryan Fraser. Even though he's more suited to the left, there's a reason why I put him on the right. In the middle, I believe we're going to go with Ryan Christie. And on the left, yes, I'm going to go with Kieran Tierney, guys. If you watch Kieran Tierney play with Arsenal, the guy is so good going down the left that I feel he's wasted if you put him at if you play a back three, a back five, and you have three centre backs, and you put Kieran Tierney on the left side of the three centre backs. I feel like he's wasted in that position just because he just can't really get forward. It's always going to be Robertson who's on the left, and he's going to be the one bombing forward. And I feel like Tierney's wasted because he's so good going forward. So that is why I'm going to put him in the left midfield position. And I do feel like those three there could work well together. I mean, I think the two CDMs are solid. I think it's an alright back four. And up front, it's a choice between Shea Adams, Lyndon Dykes, Ollie McBurney, Cal McGregor, Kenny McLean, and Kevin Nisbet. Honestly, I don't really think Kevin Nisbet has done enough to get anywhere near the starting team. Ollie McBurney should never wear a Scotland shirt again. Don't know why he's been picked. That realistically for your two striker options leaves Lyndon Dykes and Shea Adams. And I said I wouldn't pick Shea Adams, so I'm not going to. I'm going to pick Lyndon Dykes. I think probably our best striker. I think the guy is good. And I'm going to go ahead and pick Lyndon Dykes. So that is my team then, guys, to face Austria tonight. You might not like it. Steve Clark probably won't pick it. But that's what I would go with. Marshall in nets, O'Donnell right back, Gallagher, McKenna both centre backs, Robertson left back, McGinn, McTominay in the middle, Fraser, Christie, and Tierney, the attacking midfield trio, and Lyndon Dykes up front. That's the team I think should go up against Austria tonight, but I'm not the manager. I'm just some guy that talks shit on YouTube and makes crappy videos. So that's why I'm not getting picked. Steve Clark, I'll pick the team, and I'm happy enough with whatever team Steve Clark picks. I'll go with it because let's be real, guys. He got us to our first tournament in over 20 years, and we need to show the guy a bit of respect. And he obviously knows more than us. So that's it, guys. And plus, look what he did with Kilmarnock. Holy fuck, he turned them into like Real Madrid first season. So, you know what I mean? What more can you do? Anyway, guys, that is it. Let us know what you think down below. And let me know who you would pick. What formation would you guys go with? And who would you have in your team for this crucial game against Austria? It's important to go off to a good start. A draw wouldn't be a disaster, but I feel like we can't afford to lose this game. But realistically, if we're going to go through in this group, you feel like Scotland have to win their home games. And that is why I want us to go out and get the win tonight, and my prediction for the game is going to be 2-1 to Scotland. I'm going to have a bit of faith, guys. I'm going to go 2-1 to Scotland. Hopefully, we can get the job done. Anyway, guys, that's it. Till next time, thanks for watching. I'll catch you later. But until then, match review later tonight. Peace.